Welcome to the G.A.B. This is G.A.B.
They should have never gave you platform.
Y'all know what segment we about to get into. Ooh, we about to get into the SAF segment. And today, I gotta talk about this movie right here that me and my lady we went to. Ooh, I felt a little special because we got a early pre-screening. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what? Let's give hand claps to my lady, because she the one that found this to get the early screening for this movie, The Blackening. Yeah. You know what I mean? Seen it in theaters. This supposed to be is a horror comedy, but let's be real. This is not even a horror film. It should have been horror. It wasn't even a full horror film. It's a horror comedy. A horror-comedy. What am I saying right now? A horror-comedy. That's what this was. I've just made up a whole new genre, y'all. Alright? The Blackening. Okay? And before I get into my plot, let me give you the cast. This was a star-studded cast, and the cast actually did really good. That's what really was one of the bright spots in the movie that I saw. But let me give you the plot. Let me give you the stats first in the cast, and then we're going to hop into the plot. So, IMDb gave it a 6.6. And Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 86%. While the people gave it a 90%. I'm more leaning with the IMDb. The Rotten Tomatoes and the people, y'all. I'm like, personally, I would have gave this anywhere between a 3 and a 6. And I know y'all like, how the freak can you give the movie from 3 to 6? It depends what day I watch it. Okay? Now, if I watch it and I got my comedy lens on and I'm like, okay, I give it a 6. But I watch it and I got my horror lens on and I want to see a horror movie, I'm giving this a 3. And then in between that is like, it was certain things where I'm like, really? Oh, God. Man. I'll tell y'all within the plot. But let me give y'all the cast, you feel me? Star-studded cast. Everybody that played in this movie, they actually killed their role. You feel me? That's why I boost up the score too. Like, I give it like, I'm more leaning at this point, maybe like a 6. Because they killed their role, you feel me? They were very funny and stuff like that. And I don't know, I was laughing. Okay? But then at a certain point, I'm like, oh God, really? But look at the cast. Grace Byers, she's Allison. Then you had Senequa Walls, Walls. You know what I mean? He played in White Man Can't Jump. He was Nomedy. Then you have Melvin Gregg. You know what I mean? He been in a lot of stuff. You feel me? He was King. And then you had Antoinette Robertson. She was Lisa. And at times, I was like, is that Janelle Monáe? They really kind of look alike. You feel me? But it wasn't. You know what I mean? Then you had, I think bro was a star of the show, or star of the movie, in my opinion. Dwayne Perkins. He played himself, I guess. He was Dwayne. But yeah, he was mainly the star, the most funniest character. Actually, him, and it was one other person I felt that was a star. I'll get to him in a little bit. But ex-Mayo, she was Shaniqua. Shaniqua. Shauna K? Whatever. Then you have Yvonne Orji, you know what I mean? She played in Insecure and stuff. She was Morgan. Then you had, and this is the other person I thought who stole the show. I thought bro was hilarious, bro. Jermaine Fowler, he played Clifton. And you had Jay Farrell, he was Sean. And like Sean and Morgan, their roles wasn't that much, you feel me? Yeah, maybe couldn't afford them that much. So they played a very small role. But essentially the plot of the movie is, I'll give you the short plot and then I'll give you my elaborated plot. Short plot of the movie is these black people, which are friends, some of them friends, some of them not so much. They're friends, they come into a cabin and they're supposed to have like a reunion, be cool, get drunk, and celebrate Juneteenth. And celebrate their friendship. and there's a killer on the loose, essentially. Yeah, that's the plot. That's it. Now let me deep dive into it. So, you know what I mean? First characters you see is Sean and Morgan. They go to the cabin first. They're the ones that invited everybody to come to the cabin and stuff. And then you see them this game. And it's a game called the Blackening. You know what I mean? The Blackening. Your black card. You answer these questions. They had the little freaking goddamn racist ass like blackface character. Anyway, yeah. So you play the game. If you don't play the game, then you get killed. If you don't answer the question right, you get killed. So that was the whole thing. Morgan and Sean. Sean got killed instantly. So they got their whole kill the black person fast instantly. Even though it was a whole all black cast, they had to kill somebody black fast. They have to reach the horror black person quota. And that is a black person bound to get killed pretty fast in a horror film. Either the black person or the most sluttiest person usually get killed first. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Am I flying right now? No. So, you know what I mean? Got to be, that's how you do a horror film. So they got Jay Farrow out of there. Sean, bow! Killed him. Crossbow to the neck. Cling! So then, the other friends start coming around and stuff, and coming to the cabin, and essentially, Namadi used to mess with Lisa. Lisa and Dwayne are friends, and Dwayne is not messing with Namadi because Namadi done cheated on Lisa so many goddamn times. It's part of their relationship at this point. King is brother and sisters is Allison, King sisters Allison, they look at her as more of the like a Democratic shield at this point. Like basically. They like the bougie light skinned chick or whatever. I don't know. Then you got Shanika, she's like supposed to be the, I guess louder, bigger black woman. I'm like, she got all the drugs and I don't know, bruh. Goddamn. Then you have Clifton. Clifton, he got the Carlton feel. He's like the white, proper black man. Then Morgan, in the beginning, it's like, and that was one of the things that like my lady really caught, and I kind of caught too. They said nigga 1,000 times. It was very much used in this movie. Wow. Yeah. But Dwayne, he played himself, I guess. You know what I mean? And at first, I ain't gonna lie, when I was sitting there watching the movie, I was like, yo. Cause the way cause Namadi name came up while Lisa, Dwayne, and who else was driving with them? I think Allison. And his name came up and Dwayne was hella pissed, and I'm like, and you know how movies is nowadays. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Dwayne and Namadi was oh wow. Okay, but nowadays, it wasn't that. Lisa, best friend is Dwayne, and every time Namadi breaks Lisa's heart, Dwayne has to be there to pick up the pieces and help her out. I feel Dwayne. I'll be pissed off too. I'll be like, hold on, bruh. Every time you're crying over this lame ass nigga right here, I gotta be the one to be having to buy you Haagen-Dazs and watch these weak ass movies I don't even want to watch while you cry on my shoulder. I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, before they got there, they went to this like gas station, the freaky goddamn small town redneck white dude. They had the Confederate flag and stuff like that. So yeah, in my head, like I'm like, bro, they gonna make a white man a killer. And essentially, it was kind of right. You know what I mean? My lady was right too, because soon as Clifton came on the screen, she was like, he's a killer. I'm like, damn, don't say it so goddamn loud. But I mean, I'm about to spoil it quickly. But Clifton and these white rednecks, they were the killers. They actually were twins. It was two of them, and Clifton kind of paid them. And the thing about it, Clifton essentially wanted to kill all of them because of one night at this high school party, they was like revoking his black card and they was talking mess, and he never drunk before, and they drove him to drinking for the first time. And then when he drunk, he ended up killing somebody and spent some time in prison. So he wanted revenge. You know what I mean? So that was the whole thing in the movie. That's the horror part. And then how he did it was he like created this game called the Blackening. And he had them all in the room and had these gadgets locking the doors. And you had to, you know, guess these questions right. You feel me? There's a bunch of, black culture questions and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, I was in there trying to answer them questions. My lady was in there trying to answer her, bruh. Oh my god. Yo, and I'm telling you, bro, stuff was it was funny. I'll give it that, it was comical. All these characters killed their roles comical, you feel me? The thing that was getting to me, I was like, bro, they're laying it thick with the stereotypes. With the whole Namadi and Lisa, their relationship, Namadi cheating 1,000 times, he taking her back. Allison with the whole she light skinned and she's like, is she black enough? You mean they questioning her blackness and she has to be ultra blackety black. And then you had King, you feel me? His inner piece was a white woman. He married a white woman. They made fun of him like, oh, you still married to that white man. And he supposed to be the thug of this thug. And Namdi is like, bro, you got your gun. And he's like, nah, bro. And then turns out he really did have his gun. Yeah. And then the whole Kool-Aid joke, you know what I mean? Bro putting hella sugar in the vodka. I'm like, oh, God. And then they tell like, bro, you gonna catch a cramp. And he did catch a cramp, but okay. All right. you feel me? Man, like, even Dwayne. Like, real talk, the stereotype of a black gay man is like, every black gay man is extra flamboyant. Like, for real, that's really a stereotype of black gay men. That is mad flamboyant. You know what I mean? They're laying it on thick with the stereotypes. The bigger black woman, she gotta be the loud party goer with all the drugs and stuff. See where I'm going with this? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All these Clifton. You know, he mad proper and stuff, so he gotta be the mad proper and everybody looking at him like, I mean, the thing about it, Clifton was saying some wild stuff though. He with the lip and just, I've only Trump and yeah, man, I don't fit in around here. It's like I say, bro, it's hilarious. It was funny, but they was laying it so thick with the stereotypes. Like at some point, as I was feeling a little uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bruh. We don't need this much laying on with the stereotypes. And King fighting, the whole monster. The monster itself, the two white dudes had blackface. Like they had a mask on that had blackface. Oh! You see why I'm conflicted? Cause, I'm like, damn, bro, y'all laying it on the stereotypes thick, man. Golly. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, we find out Clifton was the mastermind behind everything. He ended up killing Morgan and Sean, threw him down this ditch thing or whatever. And then everybody else, they stayed alive, you feel me? And you know what I mean, figured it out, cracked the case like Scooby-Doo in the gang. And another stereotype, man. They had the white police officer named Mr. White. I'm just like, oh, and he saying goofy stuff like, oh yeah, man, I'm the one that, like, if you invite me to the cookout, I wouldn't even go to the cookout because I respect y'all. Oh God. Oh, Jesus. All right, y'all. So let me get through this movie. All right. Yeah. Actors killed their roles. Very funny. You feel me? Hilarious. You couldn't go wrong with actors. It's just, I think it was the writing and the storyline, and I felt that it was kind of like laziness at a certain point where it's like, yo, like I understand it's a comedy, but y'all laying it thick on with the Black American stereotypes. Too damn thick. I think if they cut some of that shit out and just kind of focused on more of like maybe the horror side of things and the stuff like that, I think this, in my eyes, this movie would have been phenomenal. But F what I think, this got great ratings, so what the hell do I know? Yeah, but like I said, Clifton was the mastermind. He did all the stuff because they basically talked shit about him and revoked his black card, and he felt a certain way, and he got drunk, hit somebody, manslaughter, he got hit with, went to jail, and now this is his diabolical plan to get back at them. And then, Namadi and Lisa, they got back together. I mean, Dwayne and Namadi kind of settled their differences and things in that nature and stuff like that. Hey, man. Oh, there's another stereotype. At the end, they all ended up smoking weed, and then the cops came hella late. Think about it. Cops coming late. Black neighborhood. Black people. Oh, another stereotype. Black people don't go to cabins. And yeah. I think I'm done here. Once again, man. That was the movie The Blackening. Saw it in theaters. Like I said, it had great elements to this movie, but it just had certain elements that were just kind of like very cringy. I think that's what it was. It got very cringy after a while to me with the stereotypes and how they laid it on. I'm just like, all right. But, I mean, hey, good laugh, though. I mean, comedy was acting magnificent. Everything else, in a sense, kind of doo-doo water to me. All right. Enough of that.